Assalamualaikum, a very good day to our panelists. Let us introduce ourselves first. My name is Siti AISHAH binti Muhammad SAFIEEI and my partner is ALLYA DANIAH binti ZURI. We will present our research study, a study on virtual internship and skill developments and its relation towards students' learning experience, supervised by DR.MARNI Haji GHAZALI. So now, I will proceed to the research background. Internship provide experience to learn about business, gain experience and develop problem-solving skills. However, the sudden onset of the COVID-19 health crisis has thrown internship schedules in almost every organization in the world into turmoil. COVID-19 has impacted negatively on many aspects of internship students' activities. One of the most severely harmed sectors is internship students' development and training skills. This is because most firms pushing forward with program adjusted them by making them virtual, shortening them, or both. As we know, internship allows students to develop transferable skills, apply academic knowledge to real-world situations, create professional networks, and socialize. Since many in-person occupations were relocated online due to the COVID-19 epidemic, there was a huge issue in these new forms of internships.
In this study, the first problem statement is due to COVID-19 pandemic, students are no longer able to examine a problem from a variety of perspectives and academic field in order to better understand it. According to Kapasya, investigate how lockdown impacts student learning performance during virtual internship. Next is some students did online internship not because it was their first choice, but because the pandemic made virtual form of what they want to do, cited by Joseph. Besides, a student cannot learn critical thinking and problem-solving skill on their own, rather they must be taught to them, according to Putri. Working remotely after transition from a regular office atmosphere was not simple, especially on students of skill. Students soon began to feel much more at ease in this network environment. However, it could affect their skill and traditional experience, cited by Joseph. Lastly, without physical engagement with employer and organization, it is hard to emulate the workplace experience.
Next, we move to the research objective and research questions. For research objective, first is to identify the level of student learning experience in relation to virtual internship and skill development. Second is to examine the relationship between virtual internship and skills development measure in terms of thinking skills, soft skills, and technical skills on student learning experience. Lastly, is to determine the most significant predictors of virtual internship and skills development towards students' learning experience. Research questions consist of 3 questions, which is what is the level of student learning experience in relation to virtual internship and skills development? Second question is there any significant relationship between virtual internship and skill development measured in terms of thinking skill, soft skill, and technical skills towards student learning experience? And the last research question is which predictors of virtual internship is the most significant in skill development towards student learning experience?
Literature review in terms virtual internship. According to Jacks and Linehan 2020, further study is needed to determine the scope of virtual internship across national borders as well as the complicated influence of cross-cultural difference on learning and work experience. According to Jayashe Patnaik, it is vital tool for increasing the quality of labor and enhance productivity and economic growth. Individual skill development is a strong instrument for empowering people and increasing their acceptability. Many vendor or online internship networking platform or both non-profit and for-profit organization contribute to the emergence of new era of online internship, allowing students to find a project of or employer with the click of the button and complete their work from the comfort of their own home on their own schedule and no relocation, transportation or even wardrobe cost to bear. Cited by Hora 2020.
Students' learning experience. Many projects in higher education revolve around the student experience, cited by Rapper 2021. There are several meanings of the student's experience. According to Common 2020, there has been a change in comprehending the student's experience, which formerly focused solely on teaching and learning activities, and is now increasingly encompassing the student's contact with administrative and support service provided by higher education institutions. Due to the sheer rise of this disease, as well as the closure of actual courses, online learning utilizing various devices such as PCs, laptops, tablets, and mobile phones with connection to the internet in synchronous and asynchronous context has become an alternate learning technique, cited by since Entertainment 2019.
Next is a literature review in terms thinking skill, soft skill and technical skill. According to Sue Watson, 2019, thinking skill refer to the human capacity to think in conscious way in order to attain certain goals. Remembering, inquiring, generating, concept, planning, reasoning, visualizing and others. Example of such activities: communication, problem solving, self-motivation or decision making are example of soft skill, cited by Gupta. Technical abilities may also refer to the knowledge of certain sort of market participant who buys and sells stocks, bonds, future and other financial assets using technical analysis signals, according to Chen 2022.
Okay, for conceptual framework, we can see there's direct relationships in independent variable in virtual internship and skills development, which is thinking skill, soft skill, and technical skill between dependent variable, which is students' learning experience.
For hypothesis statement, the first hypothesis is HO1, there is no significant relationship between thinking skill and student learning experience. HA1, there is significant relationship between thinking skill and student learning experience. For HO2, there is no significant relationship between soft skill and student learning experience. For HA2, there is significant relationship between soft skill and student learning experience. The last hypothesis is HO3, there is no significant relationship between technical skill and student learning experience. And HA3, there is significant relationship between technical skill and student learning experience.
Next is methodology. We use quantitative method used in our research design. For unit of analysis, the respondents of this study are the individual students from UiTM Seremban, Negeri Sembilan of Faculty of Science Administration and Policy Studies focused on programs of AM225, AM226 and AM228, and the students must face the virtual internship during their internship from October 2021 to October 2022. Next, for sample size, the number of students from Faculty Administrative Science and Policy Studies is 1,789 students. The demographic statistics were obtained from the Academic Affairs HEA, Departments of Campus Seremban UiTM Negeri Sembilan, and the appropriate number of sample size is 381 respondents. However, the respondent we only get is 110 from 381 targeted respondents due to some limitations. We use purposive sampling for our sampling techniques. In data measurement, we use selected scale. The data from this research gained from the survey of the questionnaire and from the secondary data from various sources. The data analysis from this study is descriptive statistics Pearson correlation, and multiple regressions.
Finding shows the demographic profile of the respondent in this study who have completed the questionnaire. We only get 110 respondents. Based on the table, it is found that there are two categories of gender, namely male and female. Based on the result, the majority, those who answer this question, consists of men, which is 57.3%, while women as much as 42.7%, while the age level, the majority of respondents are aged from 21 to 25 years, equivalent to 84.5%, then followed by the age 18 until 20 years, which is 15.5%.
Referring to the research objective 1, the level of students' learning experience in relation to virtual internship and skills development overall, it shows that the level of students' learning experience in relation to virtual internship and skills development during COVID-19 is moderately high, with the mean value between lowest is 3.78 until the highest means, which is 4.25.
Research objective 2, relationship between skill development on terms thinking skill and student learning experience. As shown in the table, there was a relation between skill development and student learning experience. The result also showed that there was a significant correlation between R and P. Referring to the rule of thumbs, the strength of relationship between thinking skill and student learning experience is moderate. Therefore, the direction positive relationship indicates the skill development in thinking skill and student learning experience.
We refer to the research of objective 2, relationship between skills development on terms of soft skill and students' learning experience. A Pearson correlation coefficient R was used to examine the relationship between virtual internship and skills development in terms of soft skills and students' learning experience. As shown in the table above, there was a relationship between skills development and students' learning experience. The result also showed that there was a significant correlation between soft skill, which is R 0.423. Referring to the rule of thumbs, the strength of relationship between soft skill and students' learning experience is moderate. Therefore, the direction positive relationship indicates the skill development in soft skills and students' learning experience.
Research objective 2, relationship between skill development on terms technical skill and student learning experience. As shown on the table, there was a relationship between skill development and student learning experience. The result also showed there was a significant correlation between R, which is 0.487, and P, 0.000. Referring to the rule of thumb, the strength of relationship between technical skill and student learning experience is moderate. Therefore, the direction positive relation indicates the skill development in technical skill and student learning experience.
Next, we move on to the research objective 3. The most significant predictors of virtual internship in skills development towards students' learning experience, referring to the table 4.10. The findings of the multiple regressions showed the result for three predictors, which is thinking skills, soft skills, and technical skills. Based on the results shown in the table above, it indicates that all mechanisms as whole only accounted for 26.5% of the overall implementation level of students' learning experience. Thus, the finding also suggested that there were many other predictors is 73.5%.
The summary of hypothesis testing. HA1, there is significant relationship between thinking skill towards student learning experience. So accepted HA1 and rejected HO1. HA2, there is significant relationship between soft skill towards student learning experience. Accepted HA2, rejected HO2. HA3, there is significant relationship between technical skill towards student learning experience. Accepted HA3, rejected HO3.
First limitations is to access the information. Literature review are among the trickiest information to obtain. A literature review is a crucial component of any research project since it identifies the breadth of prior work in the topic. In order to accomplish the study's goals, the findings from the literature research are used as the foundation for the study's design. However, there may have been only little research on the subject that was not either excessively narrow or concentrated on the most recent and emerging research challenges. Next limitation would be the number of samples that we receive from respondents does not match the number of we require, which is 381 respondents. We only managed to get 110 respondents because we only focus on disseminating the questionnaires over social platforms like the website applications. As a result, our sample size is much lower than it was initially. This is because we were unable to conduct the study face-to-face due to the COVID-19 concerns. First recommendation is applying mixed method approach. In order to get the best research results, we must use the variety of readings from various sources. Reading the reference list at the end of pertinent journal articles or books can help to find more research articles. Next recommendations is to increase the number of respondents or sample size. As statistical tests typically require larger sample size to ensure population distributions that represent and are considered representative studying groups of people. It should be noted that if their sample size are too small, it will be challenging to find meaningful relationships and generalizations from the data. The sample size can be raised and the study region can be further enlarged for future investigations. However, to get the appropriate number of respondents, a pertinent amount of time is also needed.
In conclusion, the purpose of this study was to offer a greater understanding of the student learning experience during virtual internship. 3 variable skill development measures in terms of thinking skill, soft skill and technical skill were selected for this study. All of these skills discovered have a substantial impact on student learning experience in their skill development. Furthermore, in this study will assist academics in gaining new understanding on the interaction between reliability test, normality check, and Pearson correlation towards virtual internship in skill development in terms of thinking skill, soft skill, and technical skill, as well as their relevant to student learning experience.